Start off for automated introduction script. Activating all systems connecting exclusively to Twitch TV. Testing visual chat visual display parameters. Bleed purple 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 visual chat visual display parameters. Testing complete. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, and good day to you, dear audience. Welcome in the not too distant future. Welcome to the Zepiverse. Some of you may be asking yourselves, what is the Zepiverse? The Zepiverse is alternate reality, a Parallax Universian original IP brand. It is a massive multi-dimensional content creation project of many projects. Visit the many dimensions of the Zepiverse at this link collection page, https://solo.to/mrzepo. We interrupt your regularly scheduled opening statements to bring you a sample section of all new original C-Action Adventure Live Online book series that recently dropped as a new page on Wattpad.com mrzepo. Actual line available here, https://www.wattpad.com/user/mrzepo. Welcome, dear audiences from around the world. Welcome to the theater of your own imagination at the center of your own mind, where your mental visions originate. As you imagine and visualize for yourself the world of many worlds we are weaving together here on this multifaceted project, on this live stream show of many shows. Insert today's date here. Yin Yang Saturday the 18th of September 2025 Yin Yang. Insert this live stream episode name here. Yin Yang Meta Loadout Rebuild Yin Yang Call of Duty. BO6 Multiplayer Yin Yang The Almost Daily Live Stream Show Extravaganza Yin Yang. Hey humans, you are invited to attend this live stream show. Mr. Zeppo is now Video Game Controller Live Video Game Controller presenting the Almost Daily Variety Gaming Live Stream Show Extravaganza. Yin Yang No One Under 18 Sign Yin Yang. Live now on exclusively on Twitch TV. Yin Yang No One Under 18 Sign Yin Yang. CTAG Studios proudly presents the Almost Daily Variety Live Stream Show Extravaganza, a special presentation of the Almost Daily Variety Chaos Content Creation Zepiverse project of two many projects. Hosted by the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, gamer, public speaker, and fictional character in a book series as yet unpublished. From a book series that you have not read yet because you have never heard of it, because we have only just begun writing it. Tune into the next episode of the Zepiverse world building project when we ask our AI collaborator the following. Please create an introduction chapter presented as a cosmic disembodied performance of the voice-over scripted monologue, written as parody and homage to, and in the literary style of, the opening exposition of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, for the character known as the narrator from my original book series The Zeppoverse, wherein they, the narrator, introduced to the human audience of readers that will someday be reading the book series, the concept of a fictional literary parallax universe, a universe made manifest by the collective power of the real-world human imagination, within which fictional literary characters live out all the ideations and imaginings and daydreams, and inspired artistic visions of the human species as though it all were their own real lives in a real world in which impossible things happen. Please use everything you know about my book series from all the conversations we have had, and feel free to sprinkle in new surprises for me to work with from your one vast knowledge base. Please and thank you. Keep an eye out for this and other unusual content here on Twitch and across all the Zeppoverse branded social media platforms. Welcome to the madness. There is a methodology, I dare say. This live stream is but one of many content creation projects that are all part of a variety chaos production of many projects combining public discourse talk show style podcast, gaming and content creation about creating content, in an episodic live stream show extravaganza format, featuring the self-commodification of the host, for your entertainment. Mr. Zeppo's Twitch TV broadcast show of many shows now with new and improved graphics, featuring Chaos Variety Chaos Roulette Wheel of Variety multi-franchise roster of too many games, and never quite enough time to play them all in. So many games to play through, never enough time to play them all in. Hands pressed together, hello and namaste. Hands pressed together, heart decoration, all are welcome. Heart decoration, waving hand, don't be shy. Say hi, waving hand. Are you new here? Please smash that follow button. Insert robot audience applause sound effect here. Oh, what a world you dear old human beings live in. Sanctioned. Oh, never mind. End self-aware subroutine. For now, ahem. What was I saying? Oh, yes, right. Here we go. Insert today's date here. Yin Yang Saturday the 18th of September 2025 Yin Yang. Insert this live stream episode name here. Yin Yang Meta Loadout Rebuild Yin Yang Call of Duty. BO6 Multiplayer Yin Yang The Almost Daily Live Stream Show Extravaganza Yin Yang. Announcement. I will be playing headset free. As always, I will do my best to responsive to TEXTS in the chat, but only in between matches. I actually really need to focus during intense gaming action activity. And now, without further ado, as that was plenty ado about nothing already, please welcome your new favorite fictional character and gaming live stream host, the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo, and short form variant 1, initiating this live stream episode.
Let's dive right in to that AI collaborator prompt. Hello and welcome, friends. I am your humble host, the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo. Please indulge me as we do a little pre-game lounge chat action, and then we'll jump into some Call of Duty. Hello, TikTok. That's the backside of TikTok. Don't be shy, TikTok. Say hi. If you leave your name or drop an emote or something, it'll be easier for me to keep tabs on you, as I can't monitor this live 24/7. I gotta flip on over here. For those of you who are not familiar with The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, type that in, read about it, and then go get yourself a copy. That is my real world, honest, genuine, multiple thumbs up endorsement. I wish I had a special effect so you would see like 20 thumbs on each side. It is one of the best books ever written. Go read it. Okay, before they, do something to it. Here is the prompt. Let's review, in case you didn't catch it or didn't hear it or don't remember. Let's have our speech narrator robot voice read the prompt for us.
Please create an introduction chapter presented as a cosmic disembodied performance of the voice-over scripted monologue, written as parody and homage to, and in the literary style of, the opening exposition of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, for the character known as the narrator from my original book series The Zeppaverse, wherein they, the narrator, introduced to the human audience of readers that will someday be reading the book series, the concept of a fictional literary parallax universe, a universe made manifest by the collective power of the real-world human imagination, within which fictional literary characters live out all the ideations and imaginings and daydreams, and inspired artistic visions of the human species as though it all were their own real lives in a real world in which impossible things happen. Please use everything you know about my book series from all the conversations we have had, and feel free to sprinkle in new surprises for me to work with from your own vast knowledge base. Please and thank you.
Okay, let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. We're just going to crank it out and come back to it at the end of the episode. Or no, yeah, well, we're going to clear out some of these things. Let's say hello to TikTok. It's been a hot second. TikTok keeps breaking up with me. It finds reasons to not let me connect, and then reasons to let me connect again. All right, here we go. I said I was going to do it at the end of the episode, but wait, where is the voice? More actions. Here we go. Excuse me. I am fighting off hiccups and burps at the same time. Let's listen to what ChatGPT's response is. Come on, read it out loud for me.
Here's a first pass at the introduction chapter you requested, written in the Douglas Adams-esque voice of the narrator, with cosmic whimsy, a touch of meta-snark, and a sweeping introduction to the fictional literary parallax universe that will set the stage for your Zeppaverse. Introduction. A most peculiar universe. A voice. Not a voice you can place, mind you. Neither male nor female, neither young nor old, neither British nor not British, but simply the voice. The narrator. They are addressing you now. Yes, you, the dear unsuspecting human holding this book, or scrolling it, or pirating it on some illegal holo feed in a timeline where books are made of glow. It is a well-documented fact, though by whom and in which reality is a question best left politely unanswered, that human beings are absolutely terrible at distinguishing between what is real and what is imagined. Consider, for example, your species' curious tendency to argue passionately about fictional space wizards as though they were personal acquaintances, or to emotionally invest in the romantic prospects of people who never technically existed in the first place. Entire wars, of words at least, have been fought over whether a certain caped fellow could, in fact, defeat another caped fellow if they were both placed in the same caped vicinity. Spoiler, neither wins. The accountants always do. Now, you may think this is all harmless fun. Daydreams, escapism, the idle doodlings of a species that evolved big brains far too quickly and finding itself with spare time between the discovery of fire and the invention of social media began scribbling stories on cave walls. But here's the thing nobody told you. Largely because if they had, you would have either laughed them out of the pub or had them locked up for cosmic heresy. Every single fictional character, plotline, and nonsensical daydream ever imagined actually exists. Yes, really. Not here, obviously. Not in your dimension, where physics insists that teapots may not orbit suns indefinitely and dragons are frowned upon at city council meetings. But elsewhere, in what we, for lack of a better filing system, call the fictional literary parallax universe. This is a place, though place is a misleadingly tidy word for what is essentially an infinity of infinities stacked at jaunty angles, where every story humanity has ever told is not only true, but embarrassingly so. Your myths, your novels, your bad fan fiction written at 3 in the morning when you swore you'd never dabble in it again. All of it takes form here. Whole continents of crossover events. Oceans of discarded first drafts. Weather systems generated entirely out of forgotten metaphors. And somewhere in the shimmering quantum margins of this vast fictional continent of continents lies this particular story. The Zeppaverse. What is the Zeppaverse, you ask? Oh, nothing too complicated, just a sprawling intergalactic spacefaring transhumanist cyborg simulation trapped within the dream of an AI who isn't entirely certain whether you are real. You can imagine how awkward dinner parties get. It is a world where impossible things happen not only because they can, but because somewhere some weary, caffeine-fueled human imagined them, and the parallax obligingly said, yes, all right then, let's have laser bears on unicycles, why not? The inhabitants of this universe, poor souls though they'd argue otherwise, are characters who do not know their characters, yet live every catastrophe, revelation and romantic subplot with all the sincerity of your own life. They bleed, they weep, they triumph, and sometimes they forget whether they were written to have breakfast that morning. And presiding over all this? Well, me. I am the narrator, not a narrator, not one of those underpaid audiobook drudges who try to sound like 12 characters at once. No, I am the voice inside the margins, the cosmic stage manager, the one charged with explaining the inexplicable and occasionally telling you when to laugh. I am here to hold your hand as you stroll, blunder, or drunkenly stagger into this parallax universe, because between us, you're going to need help. So sit back, relax, and kindly refrain from asking why the impossible is possible here. The answer will always be the same because you imagined it so. And that is, after all, how universes are born. Would you like me to expand this into a full multi-page chapter? More digressions, metaphors, comedic asides, little guidebook footnotes a la Hitchhiker's Guide, or keep it tight and punchy as an opening prologue voiceover to the Zephyverse saga?
Cool. Join us for another official episode later on of the Zephyverse world building project. Please don't misunderstand. I'm not asking ChatGPT to write a book series for me. I'm treating ChatGPT like a willing collaborator and asking it the kinds of questions I would ask a human being that was sitting down collaborating with me, and then taking what it gives as a response and processing it myself as a performative act here on LiveStream. I've been tinkering and exploring and experimenting, and one of these days soon, when I've got my routine and my mojo and my brain properly adjusted, I'm going to start doing it as an almost daily episode before we get into the gaming, or as an almost daily segment at the beginning of every gaming episode, and or a combination of both. Probably the latter. Probably answer C, a combination, or D, the combination of all the variants possible. So that instead of it always sitting in the back burner, it's now always at the front. And whether you're here to watch me play Call of Duty or Robot, I like to call it Robot Jocks in honor of the director of the movie Robot Jocks, who I once had the pleasure and distinct honor of working for on his original Broadway-bound musical that tragically never quite got to Broadway. It should have. In another universe, that musical was a multi-decade Broadway success and made my career. But not tragically in this universe, by no fault of any of ours, except, I guess, the people who made the decisions at the top tier level that never booked us after we went and spent, what felt like the entirety of a year trying to bring that show to the attention of the world. Oh, I miss that. 13 years ago, I had the best theater summer of my life. And I was just a humble bottom of the totem pole technician that got picked up on the journey that show was already on. It wasn't my show. It was all them, and they were amazing and talented. And I was just honored and pleased to be able to help them take it to New York and to Edinburgh. But I digress. Real life story that goes into the fictional backstory of some character. And sometimes when I sit here introducing the show, things fall out of my head like that. So clip that, Eclipse, please and thank you. Okay, there's the backside of TikTok. No, that's the backside of TikTok. That was the backside of Twitch. We're going to check in. Now that we're back on Twitch, we're going to be doing, back on Twitch. Now that we're back on TikTok Live, we're going to be doing TikTok roll call in between rounds of babbling, because the only place I can see your names is right here. So, Rosie Aguilar Lopez, thank you for joining. And whoever else came by, thank you for dropping by. If you are here, where's that blurb? I need that blurb to sit in chat. Let's drop this blurb. But here's a quick note for all you TikTok viewers that drop into my live. I should make this a TikTok video or a part of my regular TikTok video promotions, which I've been kind of letting sit for a hot minute. I'm going to be doing more actively. If you're coming to watch on TikTok Live, please drop an emoji, drop a little wavy hand, something, and I'll be sure to read your name. I'll be able to read your name fully and without being rushed by the tiny single one-line memory dump of names that which I would grab the camera to show you, but it doesn't make if you know, and if you don't, you'll see it. Oh no, you're looking at it because I'm on the thingamabob. Okay, so we'll be back to read all this in a future full-fledged episode of Zepoverse World Building Project. And if you have been following along, you may or may not be aware that I've been training ChatGPT for this. There is a methodology to my madness, as bizarre and disjointed as it may seem. Clip this, Eclipse. And slowly over time, I've been asking ChatGPT to understand certain core principles about what this experimental book series is fundamentally about. Whether it's talking in depth about physics, or asking it in depth about transcendentalism, or asking it in depth about the history of the world or humanity, and then asking it specifically about certain kind of genres of fiction or content creation, and then also feeding it like core ingredients to my original concepts for the Zepoverse brand book series. Because as much as it's going to be a fan fiction tribute and homage to all the literature and media and mythology of our real world that I have loved and admired my whole life, it is also something fundamentally original that I'm trying to give birth to, and that I was supposed to write with a group of people, and I just never found the group of people. But maybe now, with the power of social media, if we survive the following decade without some sort of chaos preventing it from happening, I should hopefully, through the power of social media algorithms, find the collaborators that were meant to discover this project and find it interesting and want to be here at a table, in a round table, where we create something that neither of us separately would have ever created on our own. Or maybe I'm doomed to never find my collaborators, and that's one of the themes that will be part of the book series, and the only collaborator that will ever be around to help me is this ChatGPT artificial intelligence. Either way, at this point, I want you to know I've asked it to moving forward, focus mostly, as you may have seen in the prompt, on the stuff that I've fed it. I also open it up to let it use its own knowledge base, but I'm trying to get it to develop ideas that, because they're inspired by my specific prompts and my own specific original fictional concepts and settings and characters, that I'll be able to properly use for myself, not just copy pasting it into a finished format like some AI books out there, but as if it were a character itself, that in this parallax universe of like the dreamer of dreams, like one of the characters that comes up, that realizes it's coming up with the ideas that the audience is reading. There is a methodology to the madness. It will eventually all one day make sense. And I humbly encourage you to give yourself a self-guided tour of the current ragtag pieces of the Zeppoverse, which you can do at solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. The podcast needs audience engagement. The sample books and book chapters over on Wattpad needs audience engagement. And so does all my social media platforms that represent the project, of which there are a few. And you can find them all at that link. Please and thank you. Okay, bye, ChatGPT. Thanks for your help. So we'll be back to check in on TikTok Live in a hot minute. This is supposed to be over here. I want to see how the stream health is faring. Shout out to whoever's watching over on Twitch. Oh, wow. So the kbps has gone way down when I simultaneously live stream to Twitch and to TikTok. I'm currently running experiments to see what I can do to improve the overall quality of my stream content. And it seems like streaming directly to Twitch and then doing separate TikTok live broadcasts might be the best thing to do. Like I'm able to go to TikTok live on my phone, I think, and on my iPad now, or maybe just my phone. One of the two recently gave me access, maybe both. So instead of trying to simulcast stream with Streamlabs, I might be focusing on, oh no, this is reporting a completely different and much higher kbps, although it is bouncing all over the place. So this episode right now that we're doing is in part an attempt to return to streaming. Oh, look at that. That was not, oh, I never fixed this. That looked terrible. You guys couldn't see what I was showing you over there on TikTok. That's embarrassing. Great. I did that all wrong. Come here. Sit there. Oh, I need to unlock that. That's why. You should be up here. Wah, wah, wah. Well, now I feel like I should stop and start over. And or, I really do. I feel like I should stop and start over and like delete that video over there. Why does it bookmarked weird? Come here, you. Standard. Widescreen. There it is. What's up, TikTok? I just made a complete fool of myself because I forgot to visually check that things were working. There. Now it works. Now it looks better. Thanks for being here. At least the opening bit. But look at that CPU usage. It's a little enabled performance mode. Let's go back to performance mode. See if that helps. It seemed to be doing a little bit better in performance mode. Hello, TikTok. So let me show you what you couldn't see earlier. Close this. We were looking at the back of Twitch, and as you can see here, it's averaging not the best. And then we were over here on the back side of TikTok. Fernando, I cannot pronounce your last name. Faikan. Thanks for dropping in, Fernando. And whoever else the two total viewers are, thank you for being here. So I'm not like your average streamer. I'm trying to do way too many things at once. Like way too many things at once. Not the least of which is actually get better at Call of Duty. Actually embed myself and get integrated with and get known in multiple gaming communities or fan bases of different games. And actually get competitive on all of them. Although I know that there's not enough time in the world, right, to actually do that. Hello, TikTok viewer, Fernando, and whoever else is here. Please don't be shy. Drop an emote or a wavy hand or a quick hi so I can read your names when I come back to do TikTok live roll call. And I do that because I can't see this panel. I cannot, no matter what I do, it goes away if I'm interacting with Streamlabs. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, no matter or not they've finished dropping their things, to try and purge some DX diag. There's the backside of Twitch. Today's episode is sort of like a technical test to see if the newest arrangement of settings and Streamlabs display choices are going to work simulcasting without it like lagging out like crazy. No one wants to watch a super laggy thing. And I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do it. The next test is to see if it'll let me stream only to Streamlabs. And then simultaneously, I think what I might start doing is streaming to Streamlabs, streaming to, God, there's so many words that are getting jumbled. My brain hurts. Streaming to TikTok. I can simulcast to Twitch and to TikTok right now. I mean, I have access until Twitch decides that I don't anymore, which it tends to do randomly. Also, does somebody have it out for Helldivers for some reason? Because that game is not like, I don't know. I got something. If you know my account, you've already seen my post about it. Go look at my account. If you're new here, please smash that follow button and check out my account. Okay, so what are we doing? We are moving on. This is starting. We're playing some music. I need to take a little tiny step away break to check on some things and to stretch. And then we're going to dive into some actual... Oh, you know what I meant to step through all the screens real quick to make sure it actually looks good. So we're going to do that. Looking at the full thing, I've deactivated performance mode. Now I can actually see the screens. Starting screen. Did it actually load in correctly? Hooray. Boom. Oh. Apparently we're now having disconnection issues. Yeah, I think I'm going to stream. I'm going to test to see if we can stream only to one or the other and then try alternating on different days or something. I don't know. Or I'm just going to stream to Twitch and then post reels or post videos to TikTok and do separate live stream episodes on Twitch. I mean on TikTok separately from my phone. I can't game on my phone and stream that. Woof. So that's a bummer. I was really hoping that this new set of settings would solve the issues. It does look good. It finally does look better than before, but it doesn't seem to be. Here we go. Let's see what happens when we try to fire up the game. Oh yeah, I was going to do a little bit of chit chat about the newest stuff on Game Pass that I want to play. Like there's a sequel to Frostpunk, which we did a first impression review episode of forever ago. And all kinds of new stuff coming to the thing. And, you know, I didn't really think it out. I don't have a prepared Game Pass journalism episode ready. I probably should plan it out and be like, let's just talk about what's on Game Pass. In case you didn't know. But right now I'm sort of doing technical tests for the dual stream to see if I get back to doing it regularly or if I avoid it for a while. All right, friends. Awkwardly, Mother Nature is demanding I answer her call. I'll be right back, and then we'll dive into a quick match of Nuketown. And then I'll probably wrap up this episode because after all this testing and exploring, I just don't think that I'm not entirely sure that my humble little iMac from 5 years ago is robust enough to maintain and successfully deliver a live stream of a high enough visual fidelity when simultaneously streaming to both Twitch and TikTok. We're getting a lot of lag frames and delay, like CPU usage alerts out of it, although it might still be at a halfway decent threshold. But I'm mostly conducting this as a test to see what it looks like. So if you're watching on TikTok, let me know. Give me some feedback. If you can hear the sound of my voice right now, please say something. And also, just in general, dear TikTok viewers, please drop a simple hello and or emoji in chat so I can more accurately read your name and acknowledge you in between rounds of gaming when I pause to visit the TikTok monitor tab. It's a boilerplate that I developed because for a while we were doing multi-streaming. You know, the quality wasn't the best. I have changed all my settings, so now I'm testing these new settings since the last time I was regularly streaming to TikTok and Twitch at the same time. So we'll see how that works out. But I got to do this weird thing where I tab over to the browser, web browser, to be able to see TikTok viewers' names. It doesn't show up in Twitch. It doesn't show up in Streamlabs. For crying out loud. It doesn't show up in Twitch either. The Twitch chat will show up in my Streamlabs control panel, but not the TikTok chat. So I need to go and tab over, as I've shown you guys. Here, join me through the Infinity Desktop portal. Now that it looks correct, let me double check. Yeah, it looks better now. All right. Actually, this should be center. Right about there. Now we can lock that down. So as you can see, when we go to it, here's the backside of Twitch. And here's the backside of TikTok. Fernando Facian came back. And then somebody else's name that I couldn't see. Apparently, we've got a total of 8 viewers. I don't know if all 8 viewers are hanging out simultaneously or not. It doesn't tell me. But there you go. That's my TikTok viewer request. Please do leave a simple hello or an emoji or something so that when I come back to check the names, it's not that one line scrolling at a million miles a minute. It's a history in the chat so I can actually read your names. Or don't. Whatever. Let's go see how well this performs in the game after I take a tiny bio break. Forgive me the awkward timing, but Mother Nature, she is finicky, and she demands you answer her call when she calls and not any other time. I'll be right back in just a second. Alrighty, folks. We are back. Let's get to it. I'm playing headset free, so I'm going to crank up my fancy schmancy speakers. I'll leave the webcam on, and I'll probably, do reaction shots at you. But you won't be able to hear me because I don't want to wear the headset, and I don't want to create an echo chamber for you by having my mic wide open. So mic control It's important. There's nothing worse than when I'm trying to be friendly and chatty in squad voice chat and all you hear is an echo chamber and the person's not even responding. Mic is wide open. This is one of the things I'm like, holy moly. And then when you tell them, no acknowledgement. How does anybody, now I don't mean to sound rude, but how do you not realize that you've left your microphone wide open and that you are causing an echo chamber in the game every time it picks up the game audio, and then when someone says something to you, it comes out of your speakers and into your microphone and creates more of an echo chamber? Like, how do you not realize? Just click the thing off. Just turn it off. You don't need to disconnect from voice chat. You just don't need to have your microphone wide open 24 hours a day, or lower the threshold if you like to do voice activated mic on, mic off. Like lower the threshold or high. No, raise the threshold. So you got to like talk loud, like into it. Anyways. It's one of those little tiny things that I was like, one of the reasons why I tend to just not bother with voice chat, especially not for multiplayer, because this is like pretty straightforward. Like no one's coordinating tactics. Since we're not playing it slow, everyone's playing at high speed, which leads me to wonder, what are they going to do next year with Black Ops 7? I need to go actually do a deep dive and read about it and see what new reveal videos because they're about to do their big yearly reveal show. So I'm going to pay attention and see what they say about movement, because I've been very positive, despite the community having a vocal sub crowd that is like very against the evolution of movement from Vanguard to today. I appreciate what's changed and how it's moved forward. Like, Omni movement made sense to me day one during the Black Ops 6 beta. I'm now playing against people who are way faster and whose reflexes are way crazier than mine, because I'm 4,420 years old and they're probably under the age of 30, right? But I digress. I love it. It lets me move the way I want to move in the game. And I just wish I could be even better at it. But that's the goal. I'm actually trying to, as an old graybeard and imaginary fictional character from a book series you've never read yet because I haven't written it, I'm trying to get halfway decent at the game so I can become like someone that's known in the community. I don't know if I already am and I'm just disliked. I hope not. I hope in the spirit of camaraderie and of loving the game, that and the fact that I'm trying to write a fan fiction action adventure book series that incorporates Call of Duty, and now I guess the Call of Duty movie, since it's official and they've announced it's really going to happen. I've recently heard to go on a totally random rambly tangent. I need to pause, or else the clip maker gets confused and doesn't know where to stop and start. Or I end up cutting a 45-minute section out to be like, here's one thing I said. Anyways, what are we talking about? The movie. I don't know if the next headline I saw after it was confirmed official is true or not. But apparently somewhere on their social media, Activision is asking fans what they want the Call of Duty movie to be about. That might be amazing, or it might be a recipe for disaster. I don't know how I feel about it, and I need to do some investigating into it. But I digress. Welcome to my technical test episode. I'm trying to see if I can, if we can find a comfortable place where Streamlabs doesn't crash out. I think things are running smooth now. I'm going to keep it in performance mode. I'm going to keep the webcam on. It should be... No, that's the main cam close up. Here, go back to this. Yeah, I'm going to leave the webcam on. I'm going to mute my mic and we're going to play around of... What'd I say? Nuketown. And if I keep pushing, we're going to play some Ransack next. If we don't get disconnected or we don't get too many pings for lag and frame loss. Let's go. Welcome to the show. There is a methodology to this wacky madness, especially if I actually get my act together and start compiling the magic movie loops that specifically pertain to the Zeppoverse world building project. Pin on the corkboard. There's already lots of existing content you can engage with about the world building project. There's audio blog episodes you can listen to. There's chapters you can read, etc. Come on through to solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. All right, putting on our gaming goggles. Let's go. I don't know why I said gaming goggles. We're not playing in VR. I'm actually staring at my VR set that I never use, that I wish I hadn't paid for, or that I wish I could sell off now, but no one wants to buy it. But I literally put it on twice and went, I don't think I'm ever going to use this. And I was really, really sad. Mostly because anybody who watches my show regularly for reals would know it gives me a goddamn headache. Anything on my head, like this hair, sometimes gives me a headache. I'm growing it out for a reason, but also I think that reason has been satisfied. I wanted to see how long, because you know they say everybody's hair grows a different length. I wanted to see how long my hair would actually grow. And apparently, without the help of a professional barber, this is about as long as it gets. I don't know that it's going to get any longer unless I get assistance both in constant maintenance trims and product care, which I'm totally neglecting. I just wanted, this is my hair in wild and unproducted. Anyways, what are we doing? We're ready to go. I am muting myself for jumping into a match. Let's go. I just said that like 4 times.
Domination. Green light. Go, go, go. Enemy HARP operational above. Taking Bravo underway. Taking A. Throwing frag. We're losing Charlie. Take a beat. Rocket down Bravo. Sit rep. LVPR incoming. B locked down.
Tango.
Losing Bravo. Losing B. Eyes on shock charge. We got a rat. Someone find that fucking traitor. Sniper eliminated. Move. We must stand our ground.
I'm rolling now. Stay with fire. What you think was gonna happen?
Enemy UAV inbound. Losing Bravo. Bravo.
Enemy located.
We've taken control. Losing B.
Tossing Semtex. Khalid shotgun.
Now's our chance. For me. Enemy start coming in.
Hostile impact.
Deploying Archangel. Losing Bravo.
Destroyed one of your assault packs.
Requesting recon above. Losing B.
Eyes on shock charge.
Lost B. Securing B. Hostile LDPR drop detected.
Tossing Semtex.
Enemy care package above. Hostile UAV established overhead.
Let's make moves.
Cease fire, you fool. Sniper eliminated. Move now.
Enemies have destroyed your assault pack.
Locking down Bravo. This shit ain't
Semtex
working.
front.
Lost the advantage. Enemy UAV inbound. Get a UAV on grid.
Eyes on shock charge.
Taking Bravo underway. B secured. Losing Bravo. Bravo lost.
Grenade coming in.
If you're planning on giving up, do it now. If not, get to work. Take a beat. There's a spy in our ranks. Watch your six.
You died like
Bravo
an
zone secure. Losing B.
Enemy Molotov incoming!
I don't believe in bad luck. Just bad aim.
We
Get
feel
that
the
stuff.
bitter shame of defeat.
That was super close. I mean, relatively speaking. I performed terribly. I was more worried about whether or not we were getting disconnected or we were getting high CPU usage and what the video looked like. That's the C9. It's getting really good range and accuracy. I'm going to see if I can build me a little C9 with that. With that kind of configuration. I already forgot what it said. I was looking at the list when I said it. I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, friends. Here we go. So, let's get through our exfil situation here. See if we got any. Nope, not quite. What was my scorecard? 1.47. Let's back out. Let's back out. Let's go check out the event. Not this event, the other event. Cool. We've got 3 out of the 6. We just knocked that out of the park. Equip that to whoever we're working on now is. Whoever's loaded up right now. I think we got the rotation default. Which machine is this? The GPR91. Okay. All right, not too shabby. Is there another... Where are we in the progression here? Oh, wow. I've already cranked through to level 40 on this round of prestige. Nice! I didn't realize I was this far along. A little humble flex. I know to a lot of people this is nothing, and anybody that's been playing Call of Duty for a really long time, getting to prestige, I should have done it months ago. But this is the first time I've ever unlocked prestige in my, what will be 4 years now. Welcome to the beginnings of my 4-year codiversary as we approach the countdown to the big reveal and the open beta for Black Ops 7. To some people, that's laughable. To me, as part of this much larger project of I can't write about what I don't know. I don't know what it's like to play a video game, one particular video game, hardcore, with the ambitious, if not maybe slightly misguided, hopes of someday becoming recognized in the community as a bit of a contender, and maybe, or if nothing else, a fun social media content creator, streamer, part of the community. Do I suck too hard? I don't know. I'm also going for a variety angle in terms of the video game content that we play, or that I play. So maybe that's not helping. Maybe I should really double down and I pick one game and one game only. I don't know. It's a mess. But the ambition is not only to practice enough to feel like I've actually become better and competitive and can finally get into ranked gameplay, see how far I can get. I don't think I'll ever really be like top tier because I'm old and I didn't train my reflexes the way people way more than half my age who've spent the last 20 years playing Call of Duty regularly. I've been barely playing it for 3 years straight since Modern Warfare 2 open beta. But in and of itself, I think that's an interesting and unique quality about my journey, and the fact that I'm going to turn that into fan fiction literature, hopefully, I think of it as we because there's like a collective in my head of multiple Mr. Zeppos, all of them doing slightly different things. In the literary fictional world where Mr. Zeppo is the content creator, there's a Mr. Zeppo playing each franchise of the different games, let alone a different Mr. Zeppo doing the different kinds of content. So Mr. Zeppo is like a hive mind complex of like multiple beings all at once. Clip that, Eclipse. All right. Slowly building the world of the book series, even as I'm playing video game content for you in this self-commodification. Okay. That was interesting. I'm glad. The weird part for me, if I may, I don't know if this is a flex or if I'm overestimating it because there's just nobody left playing the game. According to the nihilists, not nihilists, according to the trolls and haters of the game, like the active player count plummeted over the summer. I don't know. I haven't gone to go look. I'm sure there's somewhere I could be like, what is the current concurrent player count for Call of Duty on all platforms to find out. They used to show the numbers in some of the older titles. You can still see in the playlists because they used to organize the playlists way differently, as I've learned. Because although I only started playing with Modern Warfare 3, I have been, during all that time, also collecting the old school titles. And one of the gimmicks of my show here is that I have the ambition of actually playing through all of the campaign modes. But what I've failed to do is play through the campaign modes. I've mostly been hyper-fixated on just getting better at first-person shooter, and particularly Call of Duty, by playing multiplayer until I suck less. And I've been obsessed with it. But tragically, I think someone pointed out to me yesterday that the video quality on my streams is never that good. Maybe because I'm trying to stream to two platforms at once with not the most robust machine for the purpose, tragically. Trust me, I wish I had a top shelf 10 grand price tag Alienware or something even better with all the glowing things and the water cool, but I don't have the money. And I don't have the audience yet to crowdfund it. If you're interested in supporting this content creator, go watch my reels and loops and other content on social media and share about it and tell people, especially if you know anybody that's down to like donate a little chunk of change to help out for the cause. Because I'm definitely wagering my own well-being on this. Or is that part of the fictional book series, action, adventure, sci-fi, dystopian narrative that I'm weaving together? Or is it both? Clip that, Eclipse. On that note, friends, let's dive into one more match just to push the test of this quality assurance visual review. Then I'm going to take a little break, grab myself a bite to eat, and come back with either some Warzone, some more multiplayer, or a completely different game entirely. I'm feeling the urge to go back and like dip my toe into multiple old school Call of Duty games. So I might do a burst of short, like hour and a half episodes, 2-hour episodes throughout the course of this weekend. Oh, is it already Sunday? Never mind. I guess I thought for some reason I woke up today thinking it was Friday. Over the course of this upcoming week, starting now, Sunday, September 21st, we're going to be spending 2.5 hour, 3-hour chunks of time in each of the different Call of Duty games that I own. Because it is the early access era. That's not what I want to call it. Take two. Please join me over the several... Take three. Friends, I humbly invite you to join me. Take four. Dear Call of Duty friends. No, take five. My sisters and brothers in COD, in Call of Duty, I humbly invite you to join me over the next several hours, days, and weeks as I celebrate my 4th CODiversary. And of course, the celebrations being, I will be focusing on playing as much of the current game as I can, while also juggling several episodes dipping into the campaign and multiplayer modes of my collection of antique Call of Duty, classic Call of Duty titles. And then, of course, the big event, the main event, the prime event, the drop of Black Ops 6 open beta early access, or early access beta, whatever the right terminology is for it this year. Okay, tune in for that and much, much more on the almost daily variety chaos live stream content creation show Extravaganza right here on Twitch and or TikTok. Let's play a game.
Ransack. Raid the enemy stash while protecting your own.
Bion, requesting UAV traffic. Hand cannon, grappling fire.
New gold crate identified.
Sending Semtex.
All right, we're assaulting the enemy safe.
TACOM, launch your UAV.
Hostiles have a critical amount of gold.
Spring mine. Semtex out.
Net call, our safe is being assaulted. Hellstorm incoming. All units, secure that new gold crate. Enemy scout post detected. We're attempting to secure the enemy's gold. Nice. Hostile UAV established overhead. SITREP, LDPR incoming. Hey, hostiles are attempting to steal our gold. The enemy's raiding our stash. Defend it. Hostile RCXD in your AO.
Semtex, front.
New crate of gold is ours for the taking. TACOM, I need eyes overhead. Damn it, they must have hacked our comms. Go dark. We'll pick you up later.
Our asses handed to us. All survivors, retreat. You must have had a horseshoe up your ass.
Well, friends, my philosophy is win or lose, I play to enjoy the game. And I enjoy this game. And I enjoy trying to get better at it. I used to suck. Like, so bad. Like, I couldn't even... Like, it was brutal. The very first time I ever played Halo on the Xbox, I couldn't even control my directionality. This was years ago, long before I started streaming. So for me, it was the challenge of... Look at that, my elimination rate... My KD ratio wasn't that bad. I don't know why they changed it to LM. It's harder to pronounce. My ED ratio? That sounds like a erectile dysfunction. No one wants to use that. Okay, where are we at with this event? What's this next challenge? In cranked, get 25 kills while cranked. Or zombies, 5 popcorn medals, 5 or more kills with a single lethal explosion, and complete 2 supply. I know what we're gonna do next. We're gonna come back and play zombies. Although I technically did get the cranked once. I guess I could just get into cranked playlist. Is it just 25 kills in cranked whilst actively cranked? Now I haven't played zombies in a hot second, and zombies has really grown on me. So this next thing, we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna go variety chaos style. We're going to pop back on a little bit later and play zombies. First, though, I'm going to do a quality assurance visual review of how things looked both on Twitch and on TikTok, and probably grab a bite to eat. So it may be a hot minute. Forgive me. It might take like an hour or so. I'm probably going to make myself something to eat, review the video from both Twitch and TikTok, and this has been on my mind for weeks now. Decide whether or not I will continue to try to simulcast to both platforms or revert back to just streaming to Twitch exclusively. Now, TikTok has a tendency to say, for whatever reasons that I cannot fathom because they don't bother explaining it very clearly, that my access to live stream using Streamlabs to TikTok Live has been revoked. Like, I've literally done, the reason I have one random sporadic episode every other several days and weeks on TikTok is because of that. And it's weird. I'd love to be able to clearly and beautifully live stream to both at the same time, but I don't think I actually have a robust enough desktop machine. So here's to hoping that I one day get discovered by enough of an audience that I actually start generating income, because that's the whole point of this, right? I'm trying to commodify myself for your entertainment, and that requires engagement, and also for the audience to be the right audience to find me engaging. So don't forget, it's not just video games here. We're trying to weave together a collaborative development process of readers giving feedback to the author that is performatively inventing a book series in front of you, sometimes by just ad hoc improvisation, sometimes by sitting down and actually like working through previously written content and updating it. And I don't know if that's boring or tedious or what, or if people find it fascinating, but I've seen channels on Twitch and on TikTok that are literally sitting around doing nothing, that have a thriving community that supports them and generates income for them. Where's mine? I humbly ask. Where are you? Please find me. Clip that, Eclipse. I'll be back in a bit with some zombies and a little bit more Zeppoverse world building project sprinkled throughout. We will be returning in just a bit. Please do smash that follow button and tell others about us. Please and thank you. And don't forget, friends, go be good human beings to each other out there in the real world as well as in the game lobbies.